there, wonderful people. Welcome back once again. Another day, another outing by the rails. This time in good old Suwanee, Georgia. And I'm here because Norfolk Southern 27A with the SD70 ACC leader is quickly approaching.
Sensational.
We'd love to see those. Racing on its way towards Inman Yard in Atlanta, Georgia, I missed a lot of evidence of railway maintenance that is littered in the area here. From here, I waited a little bit to see if anything was gonna come by, and nothing did. And so I was literally about to leave. Like, I went up a hill and was ready to actually go up to Norcross to meet with someone, until my scanner picked up, for the briefest of moments, a crew calling out something.
Traffic orders received.
Now, I couldn't even tell what they were saying or where they were, but fortunately, since I know the area, I knew that if there was gonna be a crew calling out anywhere, it was probably gonna be at Buford. So that's exactly where I went to. And coming to Buford, I happened to come across this scene. More railroad ties sitting by the tracks here at this grade crossing, and a little fleet of trucks that are all parked by the rails. I actually saw more than this when I first came in. One of these bigger trucks to the right was actually riding on the rails when I had come in. And if you look closely, you can actually see the high railer equipment that is equipped on the backside. There's another one of those on the front. They definitely juked me out because I thought they were gonna go all the way down to Walters. And before I knew it, they stopped at this crossing, but they didn't really go anywhere after that for a little bit. And so I was able to turn around, and we now get to get a closer look at them. If you follow my videos, you'll know that I've mentioned high railer equipment before, or equipment that can go on both the highway and the rails.
Wow.
And typically, if you're seeing a high railer, it's probably a pickup truck with some maintenance of way crew that's just doing a visual observation of the tracks. However, with this high railer vehicle here, we can see that it's a lot bigger than your standard pickup truck, and it has some sort of crane in addition to a control stand sitting on the top. And if you look closely at the crane, you will see the logo for B&B Metals.
What is that?
Now, from looking up B&B Metals on Google, it appears that this company has a lot of different divisions for a lot of different applications that may require metals. But since we're on the railroad, we are specifically looking at the railroad contractors part of this company. And going to their website, they advertise that they're tie plate distribution specialists.
What?
Like, that's just the main thing that they offer.
Zero purpose.
And this specialization includes plate laying, OTM sorting, which is separating tie plates from some other railroad pieces that we'll get into in a minute, drive systems, and custom engineering. Now, perhaps you're wondering, what is a tie plate and why does that matter?
What is this?
Well, to get our answer, let's look back at the main line. If you've kept up with some of my previous videos, I've highlighted how the rails in this area are showing signs of planned heavy maintenance. This first started off with seeing long strings of rails sitting next to the main line. Then, following those long strings of rail, were set some new wooden ties that were placed along the main line by the SPS slot train. In Suwanee, while 27A was passing by, if you were looking closely at the ground, you may have noticed that some sections of the track look brighter than others on the ground, and that's the result of maintaining the ballast under the tracks. And now here in Buford, Georgia, we see yet another aspect of the rail maintenance project here. Tie plates. Now, the larger project as a whole is just rail replacement on this section of the line. Believe it or not, trains need something to run on, and what they do run on requires maintenance. And considering that there are a lot of miles of trackage that trains run on, there's a lot of preparation that goes into securing materials and ensuring that everything is ready for proper replacement. because trains don't run on just rails. Of course, the rails are the most central part that the wheels are actually in contact with, but you need some way to secure these rails because trains are very heavy and the force of them rolling over will make rails fly out everywhere. So beneath the rails, you have wooden ties that help secure the rails in place. And beneath the ties and the rails, you have tie plates. Plates that sit on the ties that provide a little groove for the rails to sit in. To secure all of these three components together, you have rail spikes that are forcefully hammered into the holes that are designed into the tie plates. And then to provide even more security, you have rail anchors, which are pieces of wrapped metal that wrap around the bottom of the rail profile and typically go around each side of the ties to provide further stability and ensure that the rails really don't move. And then beneath all of these rail components, you have the ballast that the rails sit on, or the rock bed that lies under these train tracks to ensure that the tracks really don't go anywhere. Lots of parts for just the rails themselves, which means that when you have a large-scale project such as replacing whole sections of track, you need to get a lot of materials and do a lot of preparation. And we can see the evidence of that preparation here. On this section of the main line at least, I didn't see any long strings of rail that were just sitting next to the main line. What I did find, however, were lots of ties. Ties that will eventually replace the current ones that are sitting in the ballast. And there's quite a lot of them that need to be installed here.
Oh my god.
It may seem like a lot of work, a lot of very tedious work, but at the end of the day, this is what it takes to run a railroad. And there will eventually be a track gang that comes in, removes the current ties that are in place, and installs these ones to ensure that the rail infrastructure that trains are running on to support the millions of pounds of commodities that run over the rails every day. Back to our truck crew here. I had my scanner out and I was trying to listen in on whatever they were going on, but the feed was kind of patchy. Eventually, however, one of the two bigger B&B metals trucks that was parked here reversed off the side of the road and was followed by a pickup truck. And as it does leave, we can see the evidence of its work. All those tie plates that are sitting next to the main line, the new set of rails to eventually be installed, and some black pieces to the right that are for the grade crossing when the rails that cross over the road are eventually replaced. After this truck left, I returned to the main line because, believe it or not, I could actually hear a train from Swanee.
Wait, no wait.
Yes, I am in Buford and I'm hearing a train from Swanee like 6 miles away. Don't ask me how that works. So I at least knew that something was going to be coming, and that something ended up being Norfolk Southern 154. 154 that was stopping at Sugar Hill. That I was able to pick up by the scanner. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to pick up why though. However, returning back to the grade crossing and to one of the B&B metal trucks here, I thought I had a clue as to why. This truck was actually beginning to do more work, and we are fortunately in the right position to see it in action.
Nice.
You can see the operator sitting on the back side of the truck, hydraulically controlling a crane that has a giant magnet that dangles on the end of it. And this giant magnet is what magnetically attracts the tie plates so that the operator can pick them up and place them onto the side of the railroad track. Inside the actual truck bed is what the magnets are for, all the tie plates. Tie plates just like the ones that we are seeing sitting next to the rail line right now. And the way that the operation works is that the operator will use the magnet, hover over the tie plates that are sitting in the truck, and magnetically attract them, pick them up, and then just drop them off next to the main line.
Whoa.
This truly isn't something that you see every day, and I was definitely very grateful to be able to see it. But this is a pretty mundane task, very tedious, and honestly, I had seen enough and was getting ready to leave to go meet up with the aforementioned friend who was, 40 minutes away. But of course, I can't have any chill moments trackside, because I was literally at the end of the parking lot when I look to the right and I see
Popping.
a random southbound grain train.
Where's you from, cuz?
Norfolk Southern 51G coming out of Baldwin, Georgia with empty hoppers that I had literally no idea was anywhere on the main line. It turns out that 51G is the real reason that 154 had actually been stopped down at Sugar Hill, which meant I was going to be here a little longer since I knew that 154 was eventually going to come up. With 51G cleared, it would not be long before Norfolk Southern 154 came rounding the curve. As the tie plate operator here has now pretty much finished his work here, it was now just getting ready to leave. Man, what an absolute blessing it was to finally see a bluebird on one of these Norfolk Southern manifests.
Incredible.
Someone had told me that this bluebird was on a train that wasn't even going to be coming through here. And here it was on 154, making its northbound push on the Greenville district. We'd love to see it. The B&B Metal operations had left in the midst of Norfolk Southern 154 passing by. And now it was finally time for me to leave as well. Leave to finally pick up my friend, who was that model guy. And boy was I late. But fortunately, for the action that we had in store, we were right on time.
What are you talking about, man?
Y'all just gonna have to wait for the next video to see what that's all about. Until then, my friends, I hope that you guys learned something, and I hope that you all enjoy seeing the school operations. And as always, God bless. I will see you soon out on the high iron.